Today is August 25th, 23. Second trip, first solo, going up to the Catskill Mountains up in Kingston, New York. Hopefully we don't run into any bears. Today we got, let's see what we got here. Got my cooler, just sandwiches, burgers, and dogs like last time. Still just keeping it simple until I can get a better cooking setup. We got burger breads. You got some sodas. You got the Camelback filled with water. Also double as a shower with the little hose. Hook it up to the top of my thing. First, we're gonna solo camp at a Walmart parking lot, and then try to go first thing in the morning. See if I can get a good spot somewhere. Trying not to go campgrounds. Trying to go BLM, something off the grid a little, but not familiar with the place, so I'm gonna scope it out for myself and see what we got. Let's go, baby. Finally made it to this Walmart somewhere. Where you at, Walmart? Where you at? There's PetSmart and a Walmart. Whoop! There it is. Alright guys, finally made it. We out here at Walmart parking lot. We got a fellow trucker camping it out too. Got my bed set up with the iPad stand for some nightly watching. Got my fridge right there, everything I need. Had to hang up the shirt, it's a little humid. Got a little moist, a little damp. But should be dry in the morning. Everything all good now. Time to have myself a night and relax. Catch you in the morning. Here we go, baby. Hopefully we can find a parking spot or something. We shall see. Stay tuned. So this is basically my first hike ever. I walk up to the welcome board and what do I see but a handwritten note that a dog had been bitten by a copperhead that morning. Fun. I walk around, get a lay of the land, and I run into this nice picnic table out in the open. I also see a remnants of a fire that tells me this is probably a great place to have lunch after the hike. Take a look at the nice lake. Very beautiful, the way the reflection was so still on the water. Got started on my hike. The trail was pretty developed and marked off pretty nicely. Had no troubles getting lost or anything like that. Ran into a few families on the trail as well. Everybody was having a great time. Saw some nice things on the trail like that car and these mushrooms. At the halfway point, ran into another lake, took a nice break to see everything around. Saw a few more types of vegetation, nice trails and landscapes. Got on top of this hill, looked all the way down and just at the top of the trail and made our way back. Had lunch at that table. We could see my cooler, my Jackery, my iPad. There were people there all day. There were different families sitting there and swimming. I had a little barbecue. Everybody was so nice. Ended up spending the night there and watching my podcasts. And here's a setup of where I slept in the parking lot. I was there maybe with two other cars of people that were there sleeping out in tents. I obviously opted not to. Next morning, I woke up around 8:30. Everyone was already gone, so I guess I was the late bloomer. Uh, Made myself a nice little breakfast, something light just to have something in the stomach before I got on my way. Then I headed out. It was a very nice drive to my next location. Didn't run into a lot of wildlife at all on my trip, but here's a little video of the small deer that I did see on my way. But the landscapes were very nice. I could just sit there and drive for like 2 or 3 hours just looking at the landscapes, and I would have had a great time. It was really nice. But as we got to our location, it was halfway up this trail uh, that was like basically helping me halfway up the uh, up the Catskill Mountain, but it was very hard for me to find the location of the actual trailhead because it was just like a lot of brushery around here on this private road that led to like one house at the midway at the top of the mountain. Nice little windy road, and as we come over the next corner is where the trailhead starts. Right here in that corner, there's just a little break, and that's all you get. Well, folks, I wanted to find a more secluded hiking spot than I had yesterday, and yeah, pretty secluded. It's supposed to come up to almost 2,000 feet in elevation. Hopefully, we get some good views and no bears. Or if there are bears, let them be far, 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 far away from me. Got my survival knife just in case, but that probably won't cut it. Maybe I'll get myself a nice little walking stick with the spear end, uh, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get this trail started. Not much of a trail there, little herd path. Hopefully it's pretty apparent in the deep parts of it, because I do not want to get off track. But it's part of adventure, right? Let's go. So I use my knife to make this makeshift walking stick with the spearhead point, and I get started on my trail. As you can see, the elevation started real early and often, and the running water didn't help as it made everything slippery on rocks that were already not very secured in the floor. All right, guys, looks like I bit off way more than I could chew. Yesterday's hike was around 4 miles. I did it in 2 hours, taking my sweet time, and no issues, nothing, not even out of breath, no muscle spasms, nothing. Whew. Today's hike, I figured, with the weight loss and yesterday's warm-up, I'd be able to do a moderate one with a little bit of elevation, trying to see if I can get some good views from top of one of the Catskill summits. But about half hour in, half a mile up, about 500 feet, and I'm pretty gassed already, and it only goes up from here. I'm only a quarter of the way in elevation and I'm gassed. I'm like, I'm still new to this. Might as well quit while I'm ahead and take the L. Go back home. Well, enjoy the rest of the day. Have a nice little barbecue. Find myself a nice camping spot. But, go home, regroup. Work on getting my endurance up. Making sure I exercise now that I have something to look forward to. Because I will get my revenge. I will get my revenge. That's for sure. I want to see the top of this now that I know I can't go there right now when I want to. So we're going to take the smart way and just head back, relax, regroup, and enjoy the rest of our weekend. It's not a loss. I still got a nice workout in. Heart's pumping. But we got some work to do. It's time to go do it. Well, folks, just made it back from the end of the hike. And although I plan to stay till Monday, stay another night out here in the mountains, I think I'm gonna just head home. Only because I gave up the prime spot I had at the other site. And I know it's gonna be packed because it was super packed at this time yesterday. And the fact that I don't know the places around here for really good spots, you know, that would allow me to camp because I still got to cook something to eat for dinner later. And I'm kind of running out of gas. I'm just going to call it quits. It was a fun weekend. Definitely going to come back when I have the opportunity. Hopefully with Isla, do some, you know, some beginner trails, get her, get her warmed up for something a little bit better, and also help me warm up a little, and also, you know, test her limits, see how far she can go on some of the easier trails to see if she would ever be interested in something a little more difficult. She's definitely not for the faint of heart when it comes to being in the wilderness, but you got to start somewhere, and she's getting older. As she gets older, she'll get braver, so it'd be a good test. But for now, we'll call it quits. It was a good weekend. I got a hike in yesterday. I got a hike in today that really kicked my butt, got my heart rate up. So it is definitely a success. I had some fun, especially yesterday. Lots of fun yesterday. Today was more of come find this secluded spot, found it, did the hike, kicked my butt, and now it's time to go back home. No complaints about that, but time to hit the road. Until next time. I'm gonna get you one day, one of these days, Catskills. I'm gonna get to the top. Maybe not today, but I will. I will.